Hello everybody and welcome back to X-Plane 11, and today I'm in the Toliss Airbus A319 and I've gone ahead and downloaded the XChecklist for the Toliss A319. We're going to run through that. We're going to go from where we are right now, which is with external power connected and nothing else has been done, right through to the point where we're about to push back. That's what we're going to cover off, and we're going to see if this checklist has everything in there that we need. If you're a bit like me, and I'm very, very rusty with this aircraft because I don't fly it as often as I'd like to, I always like to have the checklist handy so I can make sure that I cover off everything that needs to be covered off. So hopefully this will be helpful. So let's get into it. So we'll go ahead and press next on the button right here. And as you can see, for those of you that haven't seen XChecklist, basically the little blue crosses to the left here, those are the parts of the checklist that will automatically check off if you've done them. And you've got to do them in order, by the way. The ones that are not do not have the blue cross, you have to go ahead and do them yourself. Now, I do know that exterior power is connected. See, so as soon as I click that, now all the other things have gone ahead and ticked off. So our batteries are on, external power's on, flaps are up, ground spoiler's retracted, window heat's on auto, and cross bleed is on auto. So the first thing we've got to do is our annunciator light test. And for those of you that tuned in, by the way, to my live stream the other day, it was a bit of a mission, and it proved that I'm absolutely rusty in this aircraft, and it took me ages to find this. It's down here, the annunciator test. It lights everything up, and as you can see on our checklist, that's gone ahead and put the green cross in there. Now we're going to put our ADA's data selector, get it right, Mace, to STS. We'll then throw... Why is that not... That should have automatically clicked, and it didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's gone ahead and selected number 1 right there. So the first thing we've got to do here is turn on number 1, and you've got to wait for the battery light to go out. That's a mistake for young players that I have made in the past. Let's go ahead and do number 3. Oh, we're doing it out of order, but hey, who cares? Oh, no, we're not. 1, 3, then 2. There we go, left to right. And then number 2 is the go. So if you have a look down here on your panel, and let's not put the throttles up, I'm not too sure what I'm doing right there. We see that IRS in alignment in just under 7 minutes. So that's the time that it takes to align everything. So we'll have to wait for that to happen. But let's get back into our checklist right here. Strobe lights to auto. So strobe lights, I should say, to auto. Nav and logo lights on. Seatbelt on. Known smoking on. Emergency exit light arm. There we go. And landing elevation right here is set to auto, so that's great. Pack float as required, no problems there. Fuel pumps are on, guards are down. So the APU fire test, that's it right up here. Hold it down. Gives us the beep. That should go off. It didn't. This is a funny one. I think if you go ahead and do the engine, it should then... no. The reason is because you've got to manually check it off, Mace. Get it right. And the engine fire test, engine number 1, then engine number 2, we got it. So we manually check these off. Radio panels need to go on, so we've got 3 of them. We've got one up here. I turned it off and on, that was a great effort. If we go down here, we've got our other one up here, boom, and the other one over here, boom, and there we go. Cockpit preparation checklist 3 out of 4, or up to page 3 out of 4. So now we're about setting up our FMC or MCDU right here. So we'll flick this one up. We will need this other one in a minute. Engine type and aircraft, correct. Yes, that is correct. Database validity. Well, my AirAC cycle is way out of date at the moment. I haven't renewed my subscription to Navigraph, which I will do at some stage, so we get up-to-date navigation information, but in the meantime it's not a major, so we'll go ahead and do that. So departure, init page, so we go to init. See, this is really, really handy. So what I've actually done here, everybody, is I've actually set up a route in SimBrief, and here's another cool little program, add-on I should say, plugin I should say, that is a fly with lure. Go to the macros and go to SimBrief helper. Now this is a program that I have done a video on before, so let's get rid of that in the meantime. And I go ahead and fetch my data. When it is ready, I will go ahead and fetch data. Okay, why is that not working? Okay everybody, I've got it working. We looked like the site was having just a few issues there, so it wasn't pulling the data across. But What this little plugin does is it just fetches all the important information that you're going to need to be able to complete your flight planning. So in this particular flight, I've set it up to fly from Auckland International Airport down to Dunedin, which is in New Zealand. Departure and destination. Now I'll just use my keyboard here to put this. No, it helps if I do this. Mason, come on, get it right. Get it right. NZAA to NZDN. Of course, you can use a scratch pad here if you want to. And our flight number is ANZ123. We'll put a destination airport of NZWN. Why not? Sorry, an alternate airport, I should say. So as you can see, ticking it off as we go. Flight number is ANZ123. Cost index right down here is 5. Throw that in there. And our cruise flight level, it's saying 38,000 feet south even. It's got it right this time. The other day I flew from Dunedin to Auckland in the opposite direction, and north is odd, and it gave me 36,000 feet for some reason. So we'll throw that in there, and it automatically calculates your cruise temperature. So we've done that. Cost index we've done. Cruise flight level we have done. Current position coordinates, I do know they're correct, so we'll check that. And then you've got to go align RS. That's another trick for young players that you can easily miss, and I've done it myself. So we've completed the init part of the flight planning. So let's get into the flight plan A page. So if we go ahead and click it right here, and we start at NZAA, and we go to departure, it's telling us we're going to take the Lingo to Papa departure. So from runway 23 left. So we'll grab that. We'll go down our list here, a Lingo to Papa, with the Karpai transition right there. We can see it in our little sim brief helper, and we'll insert that into our flight plan. What I like to do is then go to the destination airport, and we'll put the arrival in, the star. We're landing here in runway 03 with the MIPA 2 Alpha. We'll get it correct one day. MIPA 2 Alpha, and it should be the MIPAC. No, there's no via, so we'll just go like that. And boom, done and dusted. So we've got our departure and our arrival procedures in place. It's time to put the guts of the flight plan in. We click beside Karpai right here. We put our airways in. So once again, you can use a scratch pad down here, or I just like to use the keyboard because why not? So Y320 is the airway, and it's going to be to LAKAR, Lakar is our first one. The next one is Y874, and it's going to be to MIPAC, MIPAK. Not many waypoints on this particular flight. And if we return here, and if we just do a quick check, NZAA, right down there, and there's no discontinuities. So if we go here, departure route has been completed. We're back on our checklist on the left hand side here. Airway and route points have been entered. Arrival has been done. No discontinuities. Alternate flight plan we're not going to worry about at this point. Climb speed check, descent speed, it's all good. Climb and cruise wind. Okay, so this is basically you take a waypoint soon after your departure, before the top of climb. Hold on, Mace. Let's go back. I'm not allowed to do that. We go on this side. And we go to, hold on, why is that not working? Why is that not working, everybody? Let's try the car maybe. There we go, that was what I was looking for. Access the wind data, press wind request, and there we go, we've pre-populated those. We are loving life. So we'll go back and return there. So the next thing to do is, our map is not available at the moment. But one thing we will need to do is go through and just step through all these different waypoints to make sure that it looks okay on our map. Oh, we do have it here actually. So if we step through those, we'll go to our flight plan, and if we just go like this, you can see over on our display here that it's going through all the different waypoints, and then we come in for our approach into Dunedin. So that looks all good to me. No discontinuities. It's a difficult word for me. So that's the flight plan right there. So bang, done. Init B. So we go to our init once again, and we go to B. So we go across, and this is where we put all our weight and balance and fuel information in. So to do that, we're going to have to move a few things around here, team. So once again, another screen to pull up. We bring our Toliss TSCS up, and we configure everything in here for a start. So what we need to know is our zero fuel weight. What I always like to do first is our block fuel, 7132. So 72 is actually pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'd rather have slightly more than slightly less. And then actually, no, it goes in hundreds, so that's not going to make any difference. So it's telling me that our zero fuel weight should be 56,763. If we look where we are, we're 56,116. So we need to add a bit of weight to this thing. So let's throw some aft cargo in. Where do we want to be? 56,763. Bit of there. 767. There we go. That is close enough. Apply these load settings. And so that is good as gold. So we can go ahead then and enter our information in there. So zero, let's look at our, it's 29.7, 29.7, we're looking up here. That's our zero fuel weight center of gravity is what we're talking about right there. We put a slash and then put our zero fuel weight, which is 56.7, 56.7, and then we enter it into the flight management computer right there. Block fuel is 7.2, so we'll throw that in there. 7.2, loving life. Okay, so we've done that, and we have done that. So we can check those off our little checklist right there. Now it's time to go to the performance page, and this is where we can determine all our V speeds. I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. I think I've pretty much got everything I need there, so we can get rid of the sim brief helper. We can always bring it back if we need it. So slats and flaps configuration, let's just go for 1 right here, and it goes ahead and gives us our information. So 152 for V1, 152, boom, and then 152 for our VR, and then 154 for, okay, clear. We'll clear that message. Okay, so takeoff speeds have been set. Flex temperature is going to be 73, so we can throw that into our information right here. Flaps are down 0.1, so we go ahead and we go, hold on, flaps is 1, so 1 slash down DN 0.1, and if we put that in there, it gives us the information. So flex temperature, yes, we've put that in. Flat position, correct. Okay, so there we go. We've pretty much programmed up our flight management computer. So that's great. That's a big part of the puzzle completed. So let's throw that in there. What's it telling us here? It looks like everything's been aligned. We've got everything, all our displays. We're Alt and Nav here. Okay, great. So our DARES have been aligned. So that's a big plus. We need that to happen. So let's just go through some of these other checklists before we're really almost completed with this. Almost in a position ready to push back and get things sorted. So radio frequency. Now in this case here, I've got it assigned to 122.8, which is obviously because I'm not in VATSIM or anything like that. So just on the generic frequency right there. ATC clearance. That's what you'd go ahead and obtain if you were flying VATSIM or using the internal ATC procedures here, or the system. It's not great in X-Plane, wouldn't recommend it. Altimeters, okay, so that's, we can go in here into the map. If we go to ends, in fact, there's two ways I can grab this. One is by going into here, or one is going into the, come on, grab it. One is going into the ISCS Toliss system. But right here, QNH is 1023, and we're already there, so that's great. Flight control unit set. That's cool. Flight director is good. LS is off. Great. Navigation mode, that's fine. Clock, check. Yes. Okay. ATTCAS mode is on auto. Alt, that's great. That's already all good. Our anti-skid is set right here. So this is where we'd go ahead and fire up the APU. So we're getting very close to the point that we're ready to push back. So APU master switch goes on. There we go, everybody. APU start on. And then, of course, once this fires up, we can then get rid of our external power. So what you'll see down on here is the status will come up and it'll show everything that's happening from an APU point of view. So I will rejoin you in 2 seconds once the APU fires up. Okay, we are back, and as you can see here, APU is available. Now this checklist does say to turn off the exterior power first, but I'm probably more inclined to throw the APU bleed on and then turn off the external power. And so there we go, GPU truck, we don't have one, and so there we go, done and dusted for our cockpit preparation. And now we are ready for pushback. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. A quick demonstration of the XChecklist for Toliss A319, and I'm pretty happy with the whole thing. It definitely gives you a good indication of what you need to go through. Now, apart from that little bit at the end, which I'm pretty sure you should do the APU bleed before you turn off external power, but someone can correct me down in the comments if that's not correct. But anyway, guys, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, and make sure you smash that like button if you do enjoy this content. Subscribe if you are new, and until next time, everybody, take it easy.